Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Moyna Bass Fishers. I am Jim Moyna. In this video, we're going to wrap up practice because today was the final day of practice here at the St. Croix River. This would be for the 2024 Champions Tour tournament. So, let's wrap it up. Okay, today, we'll start with just today. Today, we had a lot of rain. But the fish were, it seems like the fish were willing to bite, but that's yes and no. Because the reason why I say that is they're smallmouth and they're just really finicky. I don't understand it. They shouldn't be, because these fish don't get pressured near as much as some other lakes, but they are kind of finicky, and I don't really feel like I've unlocked the code on triggering these fish. I mean, I've made several bait changes and adjustments throughout practice. Several. Every day I make a few different adjustments. And so many times I'll make that adjustment, I'll throw out a fish that I see on my Lowrance active target, and first cast with that new adjustment, and I catch the fish, and I'm like, yes, finally, I've unlocked the code. Well, then I throw out another 20 fish and nothing. So, and that's how it goes. With whatever adjustment I make, it seems like it works right away the first time and then nothing later. So I really don't know what the preferred bait is out here, the preferred colors. I mean, I just don't know what they're preferring. Because no matter what I throw at them, and I've thrown a wide range of stuff at these fish, and I just keep coming up with fish that just swim up to my baits, look at them, and then just fade away. And it's frustrating. I mean, obviously that's going to happen with some of them, but I mean, just it's like the same thing at Lake St. Clair when I was there a few weeks back. If I could somehow just figure out a way to increase my bites, instead of getting 2 bites out of 10 fish, get 3 bites out of 10 fish, or 4. That would be a huge. I mean, that would be huge. But I don't know. I mean, there are some baits I've thrown that absolutely didn't even come close to getting a fish to bite. So I have eliminated a good percentage of my tackle box, but there's just, I don't know what it is I'm missing. I'm going to have to, I don't know. It's interesting. It's frustrating, and it's going to be frustrating tomorrow again, I'm sure. So, but anyhow, today was just a lot of rain, and let me tell you something though. It was really interesting, really cool what happened out there today, because it was raining most of the day, and when it wasn't raining, there was some wind, but then there was about a half hour, 45-minute window in time where, and this was in the afternoon, where the rain had stopped and the wind died. And let me tell you something. The lake came alive with fish blowing up on the surface. I talked to other guys. They said the same thing. Just fish blowing. Now, some of them are smallmouth. Yes, most of them are the white bass. And this is a great white bass fishery. I'm telling you, they're quality white bass. I mean, that seems like the average size is like 1.5 pounds, and you catch some that are 2.5 pounds. It's really impressive on the white bass out here. I need to take some people I know out here just for fun and catch some of them things. But yes, there were smallmouths breaking too. So it wasn't just white bass, but it was just really cool to see. The lake just came absolutely alive when that lake slicked and the rain quit. So, but what else we got to say about today? It's still raining. It's like almost 8 o'clock at night. Still raining. I don't have any. I can't do any of my tackle because I'm sitting at this campground. I mean, it's raining so hard. I'm not even gonna bother um, dealing with my tackle while it's raining this hard. It's supposed to let up around 10 or 11, so then I'll get my headlight on and get out there and do the few things that I'm decided what I'm gonna do. I actually made a list on my phone of exactly what I want to do. It's going to be kind of a minimal list. Because usually I go through everything, but in this case we just got to narrow down to the essentials, and that's just going to have to be how it's going to be. So, which could end up being a good thing, because sometimes I overdo it on my prep work, meaning I get all these rods ready that don't, and it just becomes over encumbering the next day when you start thinking about which rod to pick up. So I'm going to have more of a narrow selection of rods to pick up tomorrow. I think I wrote down 7 rods, which is, for me, that's less than normal. But I've got it. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of baits I have eliminated completely, like entire categories. Like this bait category I'm not doing, or that bait category I'm not doing at all. So the 7 rods I do have rigged up are all going to be subtle variations of similar things. So, and I'm just, I'm just going to, hopefully I just get on something that works tomorrow and I get confidence going. But it doesn't matter what color, it just, the size, I don't know. I'm just going to have to, maybe everybody else is having the same problems, but we'll see. We will see. So, and that kind of goes for all of practice, where I had this problem getting these fish to trigger. So, anyways, we will catch fish tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. And it's probably going to take, I don't know, it's going to be a 1 pound minimum. So I was thinking somewhere in the mid 60 pound range would be the winner. These fish, you don't catch a lot of good quality smallies out here, although I did catch some nice ones today. Like I said, they were on the hunt. These fish were on the hunt today. With this weather system coming through, the bigger ones were biting. So I think I caught 3 good ones today, which would be like over 3 pounds. That's a good one out here. And then of course I caught other fish too, but I'm just talking about 3 good ones. So, anyhow, what else do we gotta say? We gotta talk about the lake split. Okay. In the Champions Tour, they always split the lake. Morning session is one half, afternoon session is the other half. And I never could guess how they're going to do it. And with this system, there's only 2 ways you can do it. Either you take the Interstate 94 bridge and cut the lake, or cut the river into an upstream half and the downstream half from the bridge. The other way you could do it, which didn't seem as likely, was everybody has to fish the Minnesota side one half and then Wisconsin side the other half. So guess which one they picked? They didn't. Neither. They did pick neither of those options. So you might be wondering, well, how could they split it any other way? Well, the only other way there is no split, and that's what they did. There's no split. Fishermen can go wherever they want throughout the whole day. So there's going to be no split on this one, which, it'd be so nice to know these decisions ahead of time, but they always save the lake split announcement for the tournament meeting. And it's just the way they do it. So, which now now you got to look at what you got. I have to look at what I got. See, assuming that there's going to be a split, I find fish throughout the system. And now, I've got to decide which I got to decide what I'm going to do now. And I didn't get a very good boat number. That's the other problem. So, I mean, that's a problem in a way, but not so much of a problem. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that works out. But I do have to make a decision as to where I go first, and that boat number might affect that decision. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. That's a decision for the morning. All right. So, what else? Boy, it's barely raining right now, which is nice. I was going to record this video about an hour ago, but the rain was hammering on this metal roof right above me, and you know, you can't get much lower quality production than what I do with these videos, but there is one lower step, and that would have been if the rain would have been hammering on the metal roof of this camper, and you guys it would have completely drowned out everything that I said, probably. So at least I had the foresight to wait for the rain to let up to do this video. Okay, what else do I got to say? The goal is to make the championship for this circuit. I'm currently 5th in the Angler of the Year points, and realistically, this is the last regular season tournament. So after tomorrow, the field for the championship will be set. And realistically, and I believe they take 32 or 33 anglers to the championship of the 65 that signed up. So what we need to do tomorrow is, I actually kind of looked at the points, and really I may not even have to catch a fish tomorrow and I still make the championship. I mean, I won't be 5th in the Angler of the Year points anymore. I will drop to probably about 30th or so, but anyhow, we're sitting really good for the qualifying for the championship. And for the Angler of the Year, I'd like to be the Angler of the Year for this circuit. So what's really smart that the Champions Tours do, I really like this, is they include their championship in the Angler of the Year points. So I really like that. So every other circuit, I mean, if you look at Bassmaster Elites or you look at the MLF tournaments, the Angler of the Year is always determined after the final regular season tournament. Well, with the Champions Tour, we also include that championship in there for points. And I really like that, because the Angler of the Year should be the guy that does well in the regular season and then puts up a decent finish in the championship. So I'm glad they do it that way. So I have two tournaments left to move from 5th place up to 1st place. So I am in 5th. Hopefully I move up tomorrow, and then that championship, we can get it done there and move to the top spot. So I've been flirting with the Angler of the Year in this circuit the last couple of years. 2nd 2 years ago, I think it was 4th or 5th last year, and so we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, what else? What else do we need to talk about here? As far as my practice, what other odds? I mean, I caught tons of white bass today. It's hard, it's hard not to get distracted by these white bass, because, I mean, you see you see an area that's like 20 yards by 20 yards big, just blowing up with fish. I mean, it's hard not to just like, hey, I'm gonna take 5 minutes and catch a couple of these. So, and that's called having fun. But, well, I didn't catch any walleyes. I caught one northern. Still haven't caught a muskie out here. I haven't even seen one. So, whatever that's worth. But I think I've got it. That's about all I got to say. I don't got much left to say. I'm boat 47. You can go to the Champions Tour website to find the what's going on. They kind of post things throughout the day. They also have an app. It's called the Real Well app. So they got that where you can follow along with that. All right. Anyways, that's all I got to say. I mean, every time, as soon as I shut this thing off, every time I always think, oh man, I should have said that, or I should have said this. But whatever. That's the end of this one. Over.